Well, that's going to qualify as scrap metal. Welcome to the Polly the Log channel. We are out picking up scrap metal items just like this stuff here. Off the curbs. And by the end of this video, I am going to let you know exactly how much our load of scrap weighs, what our current price is at the scrapyard, and exactly how much money we get paid for our load of scrap metal. So let's go scrapping and see how much we can find this evening. Wow, we're just starting. The very first street we pulled on, we saw that stuff immediately. Turned around the corner, saw this. Well, it's a good way to start, especially in this snowy weather. Had another big dump of snow again last night, so expectations weren't incredibly high on how much we'll find, but you never really know unless you go, right? So we're out here doing our thing, and we'll see how it pays off. Well, it's mostly wood, but there's a little bit of metal there. Yeah, all the rest of that is just wood. We'll take the little metal bits though. All right, it's in there. What a mess. All right, carry on. I see some scrappy goodness. What do we got here? I think there's enough scrap on that. And on this. Get the little cord off of here if we can. Just a short. But I see the Christmas lights. I like Christmas lights. Is there anything else here? No, that's all plastic. Okie dokie. I'll stash our cord and our lights. There we go. Alright, let's carry on. Well, in this nasty weather, I am very, very grateful for these people who still put out their little scrap donation piles. They even took the cloth off their folding chairs. Nice. Well, not the weather, but the scrap. All right, let's carry on. I think I see some scrap. Yeah, it's a fireplace insert. All right, start with this little piece. Let's double check here. All right, that's steel. This is nice. Probably weighs like 40 pounds. Get that cord. Nice. Maybe I'll should ride okay like that. I was thinking maybe I should put it face down, but I don't know. Yeah, let's take it to the other side and put it face down. There we go. Got my little cord. All right, let's see if we can come up with a little bit more. Something in this box. No, just empty packaging. Nope, nothing for us. Okay. All right, so unfortunately that was all that we found this evening. Wasn't very much at all. We started off great finding these 4 chairs and this table frame on the first 2 streets we went down, and then it just petered out from there. So we're gonna roll this into tomorrow night, and we're gonna go out and see if we can fill this up and add to it and make for a better load of scrap. I got my Christmas lights and a cord there, so gonna take those into the house for now. But yeah, let's pick this up tomorrow and see if we can find some more scrap metal. Well, round 2, and it has not been going very well at all. We've already been driving around for about a half an hour and not seeing anything. This cord on this vacuum cleaner is the first thing we've seen. Nothing over there. Well, we're gonna see if we can find a few things, but this might not go so well tonight. Time will tell. All right, let's carry on. Is it metal? No, it's just a ceramic crock pot. Thought I'd double check. Oh well. What is this? It is plastic is what it is. Well, we didn't find nothing, so I think we're gonna call it and maybe just roll this again into the next day and see if we can find anything then. Oh my God, we found a piece of scrap metal. A few pieces of scrap metal. Well, we were literally just about ready to quit. We're still gonna end up rolling this into tomorrow night though, because, well, that should be obvious. Yeah, we determined that we must have came out too early tonight, so tomorrow we'll wait a little bit later before we come out. Shepherd's hook. Stomp up that little tomato cage. Well, it was something. All right, carrying on. Well, that did not go very well at all. We literally had like one stop. 2, I guess, if you count this cord, but I'm not counting that. So we're gonna go out again tomorrow night, and we're gonna go a little bit later and hopefully be able to fill up the rest of this load so we have something to take into the scrapyard. All right, time for round 3. We're gonna start with peeking in a couple of dumpsters. Nothing there. Empty TV box, rubber mallet, bunch of stripped out cable. A not very good umbrella. I see some cords. I just want your cord. There we go. Couple of cords. Better than nothing. Nothing there. It doesn't look like anything interesting there, metal wise. Don't see anything in that one either. And those ones are locked. All right, a couple of cords it is. Hopefully tonight we'll be able to fill this up. 3rd time's the charm, right? All right, wish us luck. I will take a giant yellow extension cord. As soon as I saw it and mentioned it to my brother, I could hear the sigh of derision. He was like, oh gosh, stopping for a cord. But man, that's a big old cord. Nice find for me. I will take it. All right, let's carry on. Well, that is some better scrap. Don't need this mattress though. So we're gonna move that right there. It's hooked onto the table there, so nope. Nice. Well, it's a better start than yesterday. All right, let's carry on. A dolly. Yep, that's some good scrap. Not sure about that other piece. Let's go around to the other side. Yeah, nice and heavy dolly. Definitely take that all day long. Is this mostly plastic? Yes, it is. So that'll stay right there. And the dolly was a nice find. All right, let's carry on. A set of skis we will take, because we have taken skis before and our scrapyard takes them. So why not take a set of skis? Yeah, there's definitely some metal in there. Well, it's something. I wish we could find some more. We'll see what happens. What's this? Bottom of a stool? Well, looks like it's wood on the bottom, but it's mostly metal. There we go. All right, carrying on. Well, that's going to qualify as scrap metal. Yeah, I think that's it. Just don't think we want those candy cane lights. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and stomp this thing up a little bit. Alright, I'll drop this down in here. Cut this cord off. Yeah, so it hasn't been particularly great again tonight. Well, that was an okay find. Will there be anything else? I don't know. Let's find out. Well, we're just on our way home and spotted this umbrella. I'll add that in there. Good enough. All right, so we made it back home, and again, wasn't a very great night of scrapping. At least we found a few more additional things to add into the load. I did find that nice extension cord, which was kind of nice. That's probably worth like $6 to $10 in just wire. So I'm happy with that. But overall, hasn't been a very good, this is 3 days worth of scrapping. So not very good at all. My brother's heart kind of just isn't in it at this point anymore. He's getting so discouraged, he doesn't even want to go scrapping. So I don't know. He was driving a little too fast tonight. You know, it's dark out, it's hard to see things. By the time I spot little things on the side of the road, he's already gone right past it. So I don't know what to do. Next week we'll probably try a little more street scrapping. It's going to be the garbage zones that my brother prefers doing more. So hopefully it works out better. But I got a feeling going into these snowy winter months that I am going to have to be doing a little bit more street scrapping in my van. So we'll just play it by ear, see how it goes going forward. But my brother is going to take this into the scrapyard in the morning, and I am going to show you that right now. What's up?
Wait. Even those lines already unloaded. Yep, there you go.
For today, folks. Bye. So as you can see, once the snow flies, there's not a lot of scrap out there to be found anymore. We're still trying our best to make this work. We're still trying to go out street scrapping and find loads of scrap, but it gets a lot more challenging in these winter months. But anyways, as you saw there, my brother did take that into the scrapyard, and it turned out that we had, déjà vu, 320 pounds of regular tin shred on the trailer, still going at $200 per ton or 10 cents per pound. So that paid us $32. Not very good for 3 days of street scrapping, but hey, what can you do? It is what it is. All right, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you watching my videos, and I hope I see you right here in the next one.